Greetings fellow Whovians and welcome to Timey Wimey Review. I had such a fun time watching and reacting to the Celestial Toymaker, the first part of that 4-part adventure that is of course the animated recreation that's come out just a month or so ago. I thought let's carry on with this. So here we are, this is part 2 of the Celestial Toymaker, entitled The Hall of Dolls. That's really hard to say, Hall of Dolls. I won't say Hall of Dolls. Hall of Dolls. So if you like what you're seeing, please hit the subscribe button. That'll really help out this channel. This is my gut reactions. I have not seen this episode before. I've not seen the recreated animated version for the story before either. So this is my full-on real reactions. Here we go. So when we last left the action, we had the Doctor, the first Doctor. He is stuck with the Celestial Toymaker playing the Trilogic game, and he made him invisible as well to make sure that he doesn't interfere with the companions, Stephen and Dodo. They are trapped with the Toymaker's henchmen. They have got their own set of games to play to find the TARDIS. Oh yeah, I forgot we've got a clue of this. So when I first watched this episode, this was a couple of weeks ago, so I've not watched any more since then. So yeah, it's just been over a week or so since that. So yeah, it's a bit like watching it back in Saturday night on 1966. And listen to this riddle.
4 legs, no feet, of arms no knack, it carries no burden on its back. 6 deadly sisters, 7 for choice, call the servants without voice. What does it mean?
Riddle.
I have no idea. I don't know whether the riddle means. I'll post it on there. So if you figured out the riddle, let me know in the comments. But I hope it leads to something, these riddles, or it's just going to be absolute deadwood. I don't know, because I'm sure at the end of part 1 they put that riddle up as well at the end of the credits for. I don't know if that was what happened back in 1966 or it was just something for this Blu-ray set. So I'm getting used to the animation. It's very trippy, it is very out there, and again I can understand why people didn't really like it. But I'm finding it okay, apart from Stephen. Stephen just looked weird to me. It's the chin. It is the chin. I know Peter Bevis had a very noble chin back in 1966. But I don't know, it's just something a bit weird. And then when he was saying that riddle, like, I'm just using the bottom jaw, a riddle. And here we are, we've got the Doctor playing the Trilogic game with the Toymaker. Or just the hand. We only get the hand on this one. Still a clever way of writing around William Hartnell's holiday that he had booked on that one, so we can carry on the adventure and create these wonderful stories. Oh, the Doctor tried to give them a clue, and Toymaker didn't like that, so now they made him not speak. So that's it. There is no William Hartnell now. I think from quick research that I've done, I think he's not included in episodes 2 and 3 as such, and back for part 4. Oh no, I don't think we're going to get the clowns back from part 1. I enjoyed that. But I do like the sets and everything. Again, they're probably over embellishing, especially with just got a shot there of the Toymaker speaking to Stephen Dodo and like this big projection of the Toymaker. Obviously that's something that would not have happened in 1966. But yeah, you know, again, I can understand why people are annoyed or upset that it's not like for what it was originally broadcast with. But you know, it's an interpretation of this classic story, and you know, for something like this, why not embellish it? So Stephen and Dodo kind of talking to a deck of cards. Again, I think there were actual costumes. I'm just trying to remember now from what I saw from like promotional videos or promotional shots that are there. But here it's a bit like stop motion animation going off with the king and queen of these playing cards. Which again, you know, I like that. It just adds that extra element of trippiness to this story. Incidentally, Mrs. Time Wine Review also watched the first part. I forced her to watch it. I did want to invite her to watch part 2, but she respectfully declined. But yeah, and I think it was just a bit too much for her, a bit too freaked out by it. But all she was doing, really, the only way I can describe it from watching part 1 is all the Jodie Whittaker 13th Doctor sort of facial memes. There was a lot of that going off there. Just freaking out. Obviously, the riddle that they had at the beginning of the episode is part of Stephen and Dodo solving this puzzle that they've this predicament that they're in at the moment. So again, quite clever writing. I'm quite impressed with that. The playing cards are here, confronting Stephen and Dodo. Yeah, I'd be fascinated to know who they were. Obviously, it wasn't like a stop motion. Looks like something out of Dire Straits' Money for Nothing, to be brutally honest. I'm quite enjoying the King and Queen of Hearts, especially the bumbling king. But, oh dear, what's he done? Put that on the wrong chair. Oh no, I'm not sure what's happened. But yeah, just have a look on the back of the cast list on here. Obviously, it's Campbell Singer and Carmen Silver as the King and Queen respectively, and also being other characters later on in these episodes, I'm assuming, or in this story. They play Sergeant Rogue, Mrs. Wiggs, and Joey and Clara. So obviously they were the clowns in the first episode. Quite amused by the padding being used on this one. Stephen just said, I'm going to try chair number 1, and a good sort of 5 seconds later, oh, then I'll place it on there. So yeah, well, they really sort of like, just make it longer, Stephen. Make it longer, please. Yes, we also got Peter Stevens. Yeah, Peter Stevens as the King of, the Knave of Hearts. I do recognise his voice because the only one I have watched was the original episode, part 4 of this, and he's of course Cyril that they play later, or Stephen and Dodo confront later on in this story. So yeah, that's the only one that I saw from the Lost in Time DVD and the Hartnell years in VHS. Again, if you had any of those, let me know in the comments. Dodo's put herself in peril. She's in the freezing chair. Yeah, not surprised really, because the dynamics between the companions, really, like Stephen's like I think it's a testament of 60s television, really, as like Stephen is the hero and and Dodo is the damsel in distress. It's a bit unfair, really, because it would have been good that Dodo solves one of the clues and puzzles. She might, you never know. She might do in episode 4, I just can't remember. But yeah, just an interesting look at sort of 60s television in terms of male and female characters. Jeez, I thought she was going to go liquid nitrogen on me then. I thought it was going to be like T-1000 in Terminator 2 Judgment Day, but no. Yeah, just Stephen quickly thawed her out. Yeah, quite a bit of padding going on in this episode, I'm going to have to admit. It's like a messed up musical chairs. It's even the kings, the queens, the jokers are all arguing amongst themselves as they try and solve this riddle from the Toymaker. The king and queen, they picked the wrong chair. They've all been tied in knots. Looks like they've been all folded into places. Oh, and Stephen sat on the chair. Oh, and I think he got the TARDIS. He picked the right one. I think it was a bit of a potluck. Or is it a red herring? Oh, it's a red herring. Although I think they got through that round anyway. So Dodo's just summoned the dolls while she goes into the actual TARDIS, or the next round TARDIS, and here they come out, marching away. Oh, and then there's the clue. Hunt the key to fit the door that leads out on the dancing floor. Then escape the rhythmic beat, or you'll forever trap your feet. Well, here we go. That's it. That was the end of part 2 of the Celestial Toymaker, and yeah, again, it's fun, even though I will have to say there was quite a bit of padding going on in that episode, just to be a little bit honest on that one. But I did like the King and Queen. I thought they were a really good sort of double act for this particular episode. I did like the King and Queen. I thought they were a really good double act for this episode, and I did like that there were a little bit sinister undertones as well with each other, as much as they were sort of subservient to the Celestial Toymaker, or at very least probably a bit like what they expanded on in the Giggle, I would say, that obviously they played the Toymaker's game, they lost, and they're trapped in his forever eternity. So obviously they're trying to find their way of getting out and be pitted against not only Stephen and Dodo, but even themselves. So like with the King and Queen, there was a bit where like the king saying, "You should sit on the throne, my dear." What? I mean, we should sit on the chair. So like that little trickery, and them two arguing like, "Oh, why don't we draw matches?" And like, "No, I know what your match is like. Let's toss a coin." Yes, your two-headed coin. Yeah. So I liked all that bit. That was quite fun. I am liking the animation more as I progress in these episodes. It's mainly for, if anything, the backdrop of it all, the actual sets and how they sort of change around with the sceneries, and like I said earlier, with the projection of the Toymaker over Stephen and Dodo, which obviously wouldn't have happened back in 1966, but it is a nice sort of idea of what it could be if they had like unlimited budgets. I can understand why purists just want like for like of the original version of these episodes, are absolutely hating on it, and I totally respect that. But like I said, it's a fun experiment in that sort of sense, which I am enjoying. I think if you were going to be fair on this, maybe do a animated recreation of the original story, just so we've got that sort of pure level of what it was back in 1966. But I do like the this version of it, though. I can't lie. The only thing, like I said, which I mentioned in my previous reaction video, is I just wish they spent the time on the facial features, facial expressions of these characters, because that is just missing so much. Yes, it's great watching them sort of stand up and walking around instead of the 2D animation that we're used to, because there's some great sort of shots in part 2. But I'm just missing those facial expressions, particularly from Stephen. You know, it's yeah, they really should have done that, I think, in my opinion. Overall, looking forward to part 3, but let me know in the comments below, what do you think of the Celestial Toymaker animated version? Do you love it? Do you hate it? Are you somewhere in between? And what is your favourite episode of the Celestial Toymaker, if you've managed to watch these already? Again, let me know in the comments. And also, what did you think of part 2 as a story and as the animated version as well? Lots to talk about, so yeah, please let me know in the comments. But thank you for watching. I really do hope that you enjoyed this video, and thank you for watching part 1 as well, because like I said, I had a blast, and it was really good that quite a lot of you watched my video, so truly appreciated that, and also liked and commented on my video as well. So again, thank you so much for doing so. But if you like this video, please like, share and subscribe. Hit the cloister bell for more notifications. Come say hello and follow me on Facebook and X, and do check out my other fantastic Doctor related content on the Timey Wimey Review TikTok page, and of course right here on the Timey Wimey Review YouTube channel. Until we meet again.